Okay, this next one is going to be a case of you're just going to go through each card and you're going to say whether it's a positive card or a negative card. So is that a positive card or a negative card? For me, that's a positive card. Is that a positive card or a negative card? For me, that's a negative card. Positive card or negative card? Positive card. Positive, negative, positive. Positive, negative, negative. Now these are going to be different to you than what they are to me, but what I want you to do is go through the entire deck doing this, whether it's positive or negative, positive or negative, positive or negative, positive or negative. Okay, once you've gone through the whole deck, do it one more time, because you may find that the card meanings change. So whether that might be a positive one the first time round, the second time round it may be a negative one. Now with the symbology of these cards, some people will say, well, how can that possibly be a positive card? And some people will say, well, to me it makes people think that they're going off on a boat and that this man's rescued them because they were stranded swimming in the ocean. Another person might think, well, this person's being deported and being sent off to a faraway land and they're shrugged over. You know, it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong answer to this. All there is what the impression you get from the card. That's what matters, the impression you're getting. And it's not going to be a right or wrong impression, because at the moment we're not asking actual questions on behalf of a client. So there is no right or wrong answer. Now the positive and negative thing, once you've done that, go and do it now. Once you have done that, you're going to do the same thing, except this time you're going to say, is it a yes or is it a no? And there we go. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. No. 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 Yes. No. Yes. Okay, so think of the connotations of this. You've gone from positive to negative, so you're starting to get an idea of whether when a card comes up it might be a positive thing or a negative thing. We already know that that card isn't necessarily just going to be that. It depends on when you're drawing it and what it really speaks to you as meaning in terms of whether it's positive or negative. And then we're applying a yes or no. Now a lot of people might want a yes or no answer. Should I go this way or that way? Should I take the job or should I not take the job? If they just want, just give me a yes or no answer, you could say, pick a card, yes, you should take the job. Okay? And then what they might say is, well, okay, you just gave me a yes or no answer. I know I asked you that, but now I want more information. So what would you do then? Remember back when we had the free cards? And we had the beginning, end, and then we got to the middle. Well, in this case, we've got the end here again. Notice how these little techniques are starting to build up. So we have the yes, it's positive. And they're asking, well, you know, when we say about the new job and they're saying, should I take the new job, yes or no? Just tell me yes or no. And you say yes. And then they want, well, why? And then you might say, either shuffle the deck, or it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. You can add information. So for example, when we remember that we had the free cards, which we created a combined meaning, what you could do is you could select free cards to give you a story as to the reason why. Well, the reason why is because you're working really hard and winning against all of your competitors, and all of the people that are in the company that you work for are really appreciating it and holding you in really high regard. So that, and all in all, you end up getting promoted and you've got a seat on the throne, a seat at the big table. You know, I've got all of that information from 4 cards. So why, you know, is it yes or no? Should I get the new job? Yes, you should. Why? We're giving them information on that. Okay, so I know that this is one of those things whereby you know, we haven't got an actual client yet. At some point in the future, we will be delving into that. But at the moment, I don't want to give you something that can or not be right and get you disheartened if you get the information wrong. At the moment, again, we're just getting used to the way the cards fall and interpretations of cards and things like that. So when you do the positive, negative, positive, negative, and then yes or no, so that's a yes, so no, no, yes, 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 no. Okay, so you've got the yes and no's. You've got the positive, negatives, then you've got the yes and no's, and then for bonus points, what I'd really want you to do is imagine a question. So for example, am I going to get a raise? Imagine someone's asking you that. Am I going to get a raise? Am I getting a bonus? And then you just shuffle the deck and you want a yes or no, don't you? They say, are you going to get a bonus? No, it doesn't look like it. And then ask yourself another question. Why am I not getting a bonus? And then take 3 cards. Now, when I took the 3 cards, I just took it from the same place. Now, in terms of what you decide to do, that's entirely up to you. I would suggest that you don't keep reshuffling. So for example, if I did the 3 cards again, and I shuffled and got the yes, and then I decide to shuffle, and then I decide to shuffle, and then I decide to shuffle, because that's going to take an awful long time. In the end of the day, time is money, and you don't really want to be spending all of your time doing a reading and just shuffling all the cards. So from this perspective, what I would do is I would ask, you know, am I getting a raise? And then picking the yes, I am getting the raise, and then I just take the next couple of cards that were in that deck. So on top, I just keep going. Some people will just pick random cards. Some people will ask the client to pick random cards, but that's essentially what you're doing. So, am I getting a raise? Yes, I'm getting the raise. The client asks why. Well, because someone from a high place, a boss, is watching you and they're seeing what an awfully brilliant job you're doing, and then they're thinking, well, how can I reward them for that? Well, I know how to reward them. I'll give them a raise. Okay? So think about that and have a little play about with that. Again, it's not real questions. You can't get it wrong yet. We'll get to the point where you'll start getting real information in the future. So go ahead and do that a couple of times and then move to the next exercise.